The Kolobeni community in the Eastern Cape is celebrating a court victory. The North Gauteng High Court's ruled against issuing mining rights to Australian company Transworld Energy to mine titanium. No mining activity will be allowed to take place without the full consent of the villagers. For over 10 years, villagers have been fighting against plans to mine in the area. Villagers say they want government to prioritise farming and tourism instead. ENCA's Malungelo Boy reports.
Mseleni Ndovela came all the way from Kolobeni to hear for himself the ruling of the North Gauteng High Court on mining in the village. All the 68-year-old wants is to ensure that this land is not taken away from them and used to mine titanium. Minutes after Ndovela takes his seat inside court, a ruling is made.
The first respondent is obliged to obtain the full and informed consent of the applicant and the Umgungundluvu community as holder of rights in land prior to granting any mining right to the fifth respondent.
For Ndovela, the ruling affirms that he can continue with his way of life, which mainly consists of farming. Others, though, say they're no longer interested in any engagements with government on the matter.
Do you still want to meet with Minister Mantashe? Do you still want to see him in the village?
No. I don't like to see him in the village because we always, as the people of Kolobeni, saying the same thing. The people from Kolobeni were saying that we don't want mining.
To date, mining companies have been awarded rights without consent at all. And now moving forward, the consent has often been taken to mean a simple majority vote called by Inkosi or the chief. That's not good enough. Full and informed consent is what's required before the mining right can be granted.
Mantashe has raised concerns about the ruling.
And to me is that Kolobeni does need that mine. That's my view. Not as a standalone. That area needs development. Where mining and tourism will be alongside each other, but that will require access to the area.
It's a land battle the Kolobeni community is willing to take to the apex court. They've warned Mineral Resources Minister Gwede Mantashe that they are gearing up for a fight. Malungelo Boy, North Gauteng High Court.
Now, Eskom says it's unlikely there will be load shedding anytime soon. The power utility briefed Parliament on its annual report this week, but MPs wanted to know if the lights will be kept on following stage 1 load shedding during the previous weekend. The concern's been worsened by Eskom's admission that its power stations are fast running out of coal. ENCA's Lester Kivet has more.
After a weekend of stage 1 load shedding, Eskom says the lights will stay on, or at least they hope.
And we don't foresee that would, at this point in time, depending on the availability of our system and our units, not to have load shedding at all this week. And also we don't foresee at this point in time any load shedding in the foreseeable future.
The power utility admits things don't look positive. It has limited coal stocks and not a lot of money for payroll.
We have not had any new recruits this year. And there have been no promotions, and bonuses for senior management have not been paid.
But the power utility seems to have the sympathy of lawmakers.
Let's be honest. What we're experiencing now is what are the after effects and the whirlpool effects of state capture, and exactly what state capture did to Eskom as a company. So let me tell this board that I would not have your job for anything in the entire world.
We must give you credit where it is due. The ground that you have covered now irrespective as to how the outside world is viewing Eskom.
Eskom is also worried about the spiraling debt owed by cash-strapped municipalities.
This has since increased and is sitting at 18 billion as at the end of October. It has reached a stage where this debt increases almost at about $1 billion a month.
The Cooperative Governance Department says it's working on a payback strategy for local government, telling Parliament that municipalities can't be left bankrupt in order to make payments. At the same time, a struggling Eskom simply cannot be left out of pocket. Lester Kivet, Parliament.
Residents living in the vicinity of Lille mine want it reopened as soon as possible. That's because they say crime and illegal mining in the area are out of control. The Barberton operation collapsed 3 years ago and buried 3 workers underground, Yvonne Nisi, Priti Mabuza and Solomon Nyirende. It was later closed and all 900 workers retrenched. ENCA's Govan Whittles filed this report from the mine.
Illegal miners trying to evade arrest by private security at Lille mine. They've come from Swaziland, not far from here, and have overrun the site where the 2016 collapse happened. This is just one of the consequences of Lille mine's closure 3 years ago. The Zamazamas are unwanted here and are blamed for all the crime.
They just live in this area. We don't know them. And the level of crime will go up as usual. You see, because of these people, with these foreigners, we don't know where they come from, coming into the area to do the mining illegally.
But one former Lille mine worker who survived the collapse can relate to their struggle.
Noma ngasisho bakhona bethu benzesebenza nabo lamayini sabagcina bayokuphanda ngalisimo kuzivele kuyabheda endlini kufuneka impuphe endlini ngoba ngeke ngihlale ngirelaxe ngabona amadoda lamanye aphila ngala.
The latest announcement by SSC that it plans to reopen the mine next year has restored the community's hope.
Into lebesicela besicela sivele le mine ivuleke ngoba kumetima la emakhaya sesisita igrant ngiyele khona kusiphilisa. Since solo kwathi leka imine vele kude lokungenako.
For Solomon Nyerende's mother, this means she could finally bury her son.
No. Azange kude lutfole sikwendile.
There's nothing that's done.
Kuphela nje. Silinze net bandva bethu.
In the meantime, the construction of a road through Louisville by the provincial government has created temporary employment. But this won't last forever, and these workers say they would much rather go back underground to do what they love. Govan Whittles, Barberton.
The South African National Defence Force has been deployed in the Mfuleni local municipality. SADF engineers and other experts are helping to clean up sewage pollution in the Vaal River. They have set up camp along the river. Poor waste management in the area has led to raw sewage flowing down the streets. Communities are complaining of contaminated water in their homes and a foul stench. The Defence Force experts are also calling on residents to cooperate. The mission is expected to take about a year to complete.
As soldiers, we are trained, and we are not trained with rubber bullets, unfortunately. It's live ammunition. So we are here to guard the treatment plants and the pump stations with a weapon and the live ammunition. So I'll plead with the criminals, please do not test us. We don't want to turn against you because we are part of the community. I'm a parent, I'm part of the community. So we don't want an issue whereby community and us, we are not singing from the same hymn book, you know. So they must cooperate with us and stay away from the pump station and the treatment plant. Let us do what we're supposed to do to restore the serviceability within Mfuleni. It's for their own benefit, of course. So they cannot steal from themselves. Doesn't make sense.
New groundbreaking technology helps to save lives. All the details coming up.